Hey there, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome back to Taco's Virtual Mode. We've got your Monday talking points for you today. And you know what? We've kind of switched up just a little bit. We're going to have our fun, thought-provoking conversation questions as usual. We're going to have our Would You Rather questions as usual. But we're going to have a little bit of a change up instead of our social distancing questions. And we'll get there when we get there. But until then, we're going to start with our thought-provoking questions and our fun conversations. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So the first question for you this Monday is, if you won $1 million, how would you spend it? So my answer, I know this wouldn't be $1 million, but I always say if I run into some kind of money along the long time of my life, I am going to do whatever it takes to get to the Super Bowl. I have been trying to manifest a Super Bowl trip for the last maybe 4 years of my life. I don't care if the Packers are in it. I don't care if it's a good matchup. I want to be able to, at the end of my life, say that I've gone to a Super Bowl and just experience that. So I know that it's not $1 million, because I would be crazy if it was. But I know that the first thing I would do with my $1 million check is I would put some away and I would go to a Super Bowl. And I don't know what I would do with the rest of it, but that is the one definitive thing that I would do if I won $1 million. So that, I'm just going to leave it at that, because that is that is my dream with winning some kind of money. All right, that is the first question. The second question is kind of a really simple question that there's not a whole lot to it, but it's a fun one anyway. It is, what is your favorite book and why? Some of you may know this. I feel like we've had this discussion a few times, but my favorite book is by an author by the name of John Grisham, and it is The Confession. And it is about someone who is on death row that is constantly appealing their death sentence. And it's about that someone comes forward and says that they've committed the murder instead of them. And so it's about the time of trying to get the stays of the death sentence and get this person off death row. And it's just a really, really well done book. It's super cool, and I don't want to spoil it because if you want to read it, I highly recommend it. It's a legal thriller. That's what John Grisham writes, but those are the kind of books that I am always into. I was always wanted to be a lawyer when I was younger. But yeah, The Confession by John Grisham. So those are your fun, thought-provoking questions today. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy thinking about what you would do if you won $1 million like I did for the Super Bowl. But now it's time for our Would You Rather questions. The first question is, would you rather play video games all day or play outside? For me, I've never really been too much of a video gamer other than like sports games like Madden and such. But like, say I was over at a friend's house and we were playing some kind of video game, and it wasn't like Madden, because it typically wasn't. Video games are very expensive. What you would catch me doing is just sitting on the couch and watching, because I was never very good at any of the video games. So for this Would You Rather, I think I would rather just be playing outside all day. I love outdoor activities and playing sports and throwing around balls and things like that. So I think instead of sitting on the couch watching my friends play or something like that, or trying to like do a video game well, which isn't something I'm good at, I would rather be outside doing something that I enjoy being outside. So that's how I would answer that one. And yeah, all right, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is, would you rather get up really early or stay up really late? So I think at this point in this time of being away, staying home, I've definitely done the staying up late portion of it, and it's time to try to make that adjustment. So I've been trying to adjust my sleep pattern, where I get up earlier and go to bed earlier. It's kind of rough, but I think for my answer, it would be that I would like to get up really early. I feel like if you get up really early, you could be very productive and get a whole bunch done in the morning that you didn't think, like if you were to get up late, you wouldn't have that time of the day to do it. So I want to enjoy having productive mornings starting now. So I would go with getting up really early versus staying up really late, because I've already done that. I've already been doing that for the last couple months. So yeah. All right. So now I present to you our new questions instead of our social distancing questions. And the change comes because we are changing a time of season. We're coming to the end of our school year. We're coming into the end of May, and the weather is getting nicer. So today, instead of social distance questions, we are going to have a summertime conversation. So 2 questions about summertime, because we're here, we're getting there. It's getting great. The weather's awesome, and school's going to be coming to a close soon. So here we go. Your summertime questions are: what is your favorite summertime activity? So for me, my favorite summertime activity kind of goes hand in hand with being outside, and it would be going on bike rides. I love to ride my bike. I love to go on trails, to go just outside and ride my bike. I remember when I was all of your ages in middle school and high school, I was on my bike the entire summer. That's all my friends did. We would go to our workout in the morning at the school, and then from there we'd go home, maybe have like a little nap, but we'd always meet up for lunch, and then the rest of the day was spent on our bikes, going around the city, going around who knows what, doing all sorts of things, but it was always on our bikes. So I think that is my favorite summertime activities, getting on a bike and going for a bike ride kind of thing. So yeah, all right, the final question for today is: what is the perfect summer temperature? There are many different versions of summer days. There are cooler days, there are really, really hot days, there are humid days, there are dry heat days. So what is perfect summer weather for you? So for me, I would say the perfect summer weather is like sunny, a few really high clouds in the sky, and it's got to be like 75 with a really nice cool breeze. So 75 with a cool breeze is the perfect summer weather for me. It can get a little cooler, anywhere from like that 65 to 75 is like perfect. 80, I can do 80, but when we start to get above like that 80 mark into like the high 80s into 90s, it gets to be uncomfortable. And that usually it's more humid, and this Midwestern climate that we have, it's more humid when it gets hotter, so it's more uncomfortable for me. I sweat really easily when it gets warm, so I like more on the cooler side, but that warm 75, it can get 80, even cooler, with a nice cool breeze. That is the perfect summer weather. So yeah, those are your questions for today. I hope you enjoy your Memorial Day Monday, this Monday for Talking Points, and I hope you continue to tune into our virtual mode activities. We've got our Bible talks on Wednesday. They're still going, so we'll look out for that. Some more motivation on Friday. And hey, we're getting closer to our mark of the May 31st deadline for our Hephatha food needs. So please continue to look at the needs that Hephatha has here pictured on their list of food items, and we will be getting these items to them on the 31st for them to distribute to their families that are in need of food support during this time. So this is our mission project for right now, and I'm excited to continue to work with you all, even though we are distant and can't not get together at this point. But yeah, keep helping those people out and enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy this time that it's getting nicer and we're hitting the summer months coming up. So yeah, have a great Monday, everybody. See you later.